Does God exist? If yes, then what is God? A creator, a force, a being, or just a human concept? Is God personal, watching over us, or is God the impersonal energy that flows through everything? Is God found in temples, mosques, and churches, or in the silent depth of our own consciousness? And if God exists, why is there suffering? If God does not exist, why does the idea of God refuse to die? Is God just an illusion or the ultimate truth? Hello everyone and welcome to Zero Mind, where our journey is to dissolving illusions, untangle beliefs, explore the deeper dimensions of reality, true freedom and true self. Today we question one of the most profound concepts across cultures and ages. Humans have worshipped, feared and sought God. But why? Today we will reveal the concept of God in human history. We will look at this idea from multiple perspectives like anthropological, sociological, psychological, spiritual, and scientific as well to understand its necessity, impact, and evolution so that you can decide for yourself what God really is and is not. Let's begin. Let's start with the anthropological perspective. The evolution of God. Early humans facing the mysteries of nature, storms, death, birth, often attributed to this phenomenon to powerful beings, spirits, or gods. Created deities to explain the unknown. Thunder was a god, sun was a god. Everything beyond comprehension became divine. These beliefs shaped their social structures, rituals, and moral codes. Anthropology shows us how the concept of God or gods evolved alongside human civilization, often reflecting our understanding of the world around us. From animism to polytheism to monotheism, the story of God is intertwined with the story of humanity. With civilization, gods become more structured. Egyptians worshipped Ra, Greeks had Zeus, Hindus revered Brahma, and Abrahamic religions embraced a singular God. This evolution shows that concept of God is deeply tied to human survival, order, and social structure. Example: the ancient Harappan civilization had no temples but practiced nature worship, indicating that gods were not separate entities but elements of daily life. In contrast, Macedonians built massive ziggurats, signifying organized religious hierarchy. Understanding this evolution helps us see that while belief in God changes, its role in human psychology remains constant. Instead of rigid definitions, acknowledging the fluidity of divinity can lead to a more inclusive spiritual experience. Sociological perspective. God as a social glue. Societies need order, and religion provided that through the concept of God. Morality, laws, and ethics were often tied to divine authority. Religious structures, communities, they brought people together for worship, festivals, and rituals. Even today, whether it's a temple in India, a church in Rome, or a mosque in Istanbul, God unite peoples. Example, in Indian festivals like Diwali or Eid bring millions together, reinforcing social bonds. The Vatican serves as a global center for Catholicism, influencing laws and policies worldwide. But the problem is religions divides and conflicts arises when belief systems clash. Instead of unity, God becomes a cause of separation. Then what is the solution? The solution is recognizing that all religions paths stem from the same human need for connection can foster harmony. The focus should shift from whose God is right to what values bring us together. Spiritual perspective. God as the ultimate reality. Beyond religions, spirituality sees God not as an entity but as an experience. Eastern traditions like Advaita Vedanta assert that God is not separate from us but the essence of existence itself. Buddhism removes the concept of personal God from acknowledges an ultimate reality called nirvana. Sufism in Islam speaks of divine love. Mystics across traditions have found God not in temples but within. Examples: Ramana Maharshi taught that seeking God outside is futile. Self inquiry leads to divine realization. Rumi, the Sufi poet, wrote, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" Implying that divinity is inherent in us. Then, how to experience it? Instead of seeking God in rituals alone, introspection and meditation can reveal a deeper connection to the divine. Psychological perspective: the human mind and God. From a psychological lens, God fulfills a deep human need, the need for security, meaning, and purpose. When life is uncertain, belief in God provides comfort. Studies shows that prayer and faith reduce stress and improves mental health. The placebo effect proves that belief alone can heal. Even atheists find meaning through philosophy, providing that the search of something greater is universal. Example: Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, found that those who had a purpose survived extreme suffering. Studies on meditation reveal that spiritual practices alter brain waves, reducing anxiety and depression. But the problem is, blind faith can lead to superstition and irrational fears, hindering personal growth. Then, how to overcome from it? Balancing the faith with rationality, ensuring that belief in God remains empowering rather than limiting. What about science? Can science prove or disprove the existence of God? The truth is, science operates in the realm of the observable and measurable, while the concept of God often transcends the physical world. Some scientists believe that the complexity and order of the universe point to a creator. Others argue that natural laws can explain everything without evoking a supernatural being. Science and spirituality are not necessarily mutually exclusive. They can be seen as different ways of exploring reality. So, does God exist? The answer depends on what God means to you. Anthropologically, God is an evolving construct. Sociologically, it is unifying force. Spiritually, it is an inner experience. Psychologically, it is necessity for the mind's well-being. Maybe the real question is not does God exist, but how do we experience the divine? In search for God is, in reality, the search of ourselves. So, where does this leave us? Is there a definitive answer to the question of God? Probably not. The concept of God is deeply personal and multifaceted. It's shaped by our culture, upbringing, experiences, and individual beliefs. What's important is to approach this question with an open mind, exploring different perspectives. So, whatever you believe, let it elevate you, seek, question, and experience. Because in the end, God is not just about faith, it's about understanding. Remember, the journey to freedom begins with the questioning everything, even the most deeply held beliefs. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's continue to the question, learn, and ultimately become free. Finally, what does God mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep exploring.